The date is May 29th, 2019. This is my guy, Kucukovic. I'm Jay Boyal, and we got a pack-loaded show. We are in the mix, and we'll be mixing it up with the Warriors and Raptors Game 1.
Yes,
kicking off tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
In the 6.
We also got the Stanley Cup playoffs have begun.
Yep.
The Boston Bruins came out on top. They were down 2-0. Came back to take it 4-2 in Game 1. Game 2 will go tonight in Boston. We got some other high-octane news. The Oilers hired a new head coach. Uriah Faber is stepping out of retirement.
Ex-UFC champ.
Phil Kessel is on the trade block. Apparently declined the trade to the Minnesota Wild because he's got a no-trade clause. Curry says he likes Drake's antics. That's interesting. Lowry says he's been texting with DeRozan. And
Which
AD
is expected.
is having a meeting with David Griffin, the new president of the New Orleans Pelicans, today. And Anthony Joshua set to take on Andy Ruiz for some belts this weekend. But we begin
with the most
the
important
topic of the day, the week, the hour,
the month,
the country. Tomorrow night.
Raptors ready to slap up the Warriors. That's how I'm introducing it.
I'm not going in saying slaps, but you know what? It's gonna be an interesting one,
especially the first two games.
You want to give let's just start off with the keys to the series for Raptors. We know what the Warriors are. Everybody knows what they're all about.
Exactly.
All right. They're the heavy favorites. Vegas has got them as a negative 320 odds favorite.
Defending champs.
Two-time defending champ.
Exactly.
5-time finalist. So
it's expected.
Do you have an X factor?
My X factor
for the Raptors
is if Kevin Durant does not play. I feel like Raptors are set to take the series.
Interesting.
In 7. With KD, I don't feel like there's a team you can really build to beat that team. Because it's too much. You know, you can't have two MVPs playing in the same court. Especially two guys that look outstanding.
Two top 4, top 3 players, you're saying?
And two guys who looked amazing this postseason. So it's not like they've slowed down at all. But without KD, there's 3 ways I feel Raptors are taking this. Defense.
Yep.
Supporting cast.
Yep.
And the most crucial point, we got home court advantage.
It's crucial for the Raptors. I don't think Warriors give one damn.
Warriors don't care about anything. Let's get at that. Nothing's going to really make them think they're going to lose the series.
Yep.
But for Raptors, guys like Marc Gasol and Kyle Lowry have had their best games in Toronto. Marc Gasol shoots 63% from the field goal range. At home,
congrats. He's going 3 of 7. Woo!
Once he's on the road, he's at 38%. That's almost double him at home.
65?
64 to 38. So almost
64. So he's going 5 of 8 as opposed to 3 of 8. Literally.
Hey,
your X factor is a guy who goes 5 for 8 or 3 for 8. Great.
Okay. Another factor.
I'll let you continue.
In closeout games, Raptors have been 3-0 so far this postseason.
Yep.
At home. And Van Fleet, since he's had his kid, I don't think this guy's going to miss a 3-pointer. To be honest.
The first game went 7 of 9, so he missed a couple.
7 of 9, he missed 2. The fact that he hit 7 of 9 is insane.
Okay. Keep him coming.
Okay. So.
Unless you're out, if that's all you got.
No, that's not all I got. Raptors have been the second best team in this postseason at slowing the pace down of the game.
They have. They've done a tremendous job.
And again,
against teams who like to get in transition, which Warriors do.
The one team that I've seen beat the Warriors in the finals were the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep.
And you want to know how many of those games, those 4 games that they won, how many of those games that they held Golden State under 100?
How many?
3. And the one game that they didn't, Golden State only scored 101 points. So again, clearly that was drawn out as being the deciding factor of how to beat them.
That's an easier comparison now and a more fair if KD's out for an extended period of time.
But this is all
right?
this
now
is what
you're
I'm talking
comparing
about. KD being out
right?
of this.
It's just Harrison Barnes is not there, but
similar team. Iguodala is a lot older, not nearly as good as he was.
In your opinion,
you think he's just as good?
I don't know about just
You
as
think
good,
he
but
could put up a Finals MVP performance again?
not an NBA Finals MVP, but he can come and contribute. And the thing is with Iguodala, when he knocks down his threes, the Warriors become lethal.
Okay.
It makes a world of a difference. But you got anything else left for me?
With KD out, this leaves so much room for Kawhi Leonard to start stepping up and playing defense on guys that are getting way too hot, such as Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Yep.
Because with KD on the court, you're going to have to hope that Lowry can hold his spot and Danny Green can slow down Klay Thompson. And again, how those two have looked, inconsistent, that's not something you want to bet on. Again, defense, supporting cast with guys like Van Fleet stepping up for us, Norman Powell, Serge Ibaka, and what was my last point again? I forgot. Oh, and home court advantage. Because in closeout games we're 3-0. So if it does go to a game 7, Raptors, I feel like are gonna take it.
I think just to get to what you said.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff makes sense. The thing with the 3-0 in closeout games though, they didn't play a defending champion, or they haven't even played a team who has played in a bunch of closeout games. Philly won one series last year. Bucks won one series last year.
Not the same Philly team.
What are you talking about?
They added
they added Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris, which really didn't.
2 All-Stars.
Tobias Harris was virtually non-existent in that Toronto Raptors series, other than 5 minutes here and there. No, I'm not.
You gotta credit
I'm just
us.
saying.
Yeah.
And in Milwaukee, they were inexperienced. Everybody was picking the Bucks to win. I was picking the Raptors to win based off experience. Everyone wants to say the Raptors fold in the playoffs. They fold against LeBron James. At least they have that experience. Even if they did fold, they learned how not to fold again. So, what I think, obviously the on-court stuff's huge, right?
Yeah.
I think the deciding factor is going to be the mental toughness and their preparation. Because the Warriors are going to go on runs. Nick Nurse even spoke on it.
Yeah.
They're going to go on a run and be up 10, 15, 20, maybe even 25. Will the Raptors have the mental toughness and have had the preparation to expect this to happen, be comfortable with it, and do the same thing they did against the Bucks? Really not against the Sixers, but the Bucks, and stay the course. Don't just do what everybody loves to do when they're playing Golden State and they get down and try and get it all back with 5 shots shooting 3-pointers.
Yep.
All right? Continue to play your good defense. Get turnovers. Get stops. Get out in transition on offense when you can.
And slow the game down.
No. On offense, you don't need to slow the game down a whole lot. Defense, you gotta. But you gotta be smart with your offense. If you got a fast break opportunity to Siakam, to Kawhi Leonard, you can't just pass it up. But then it becomes keep attacking the hole and just take your threes when they're there. Do not start to force them like the Raptors have done time over time throughout the year, even throughout the playoffs at times.
Yep.
Just stay the course. You did it really well against Milwaukee. So can you play comfortably like that when you're down? And there's a lot more factors, but for me, that's going to be the biggest thing. And then defensive matchups are huge, which I want to get into. You spoke on it a bit, right? Kawhi. With KD being out, Kawhi's got the ability now to be the main defender on Steph Curry. I'm not doing it the whole game because you don't want to tire him out.
Exactly.
Let's say half the possessions. LeBron did the same thing when they won. He was taking Curry heavily on. But then, problem becomes, when Kawhi's on Steph those possessions, who do you put Kyle Lowry on? So, Thompson, if he's covering Klay, he's going to be able to catch and shoot right over him without very much difficulty at all. But Klay won't be able to turn his back to Kyle because nobody can. Okay, Giannis couldn't even turn his back and post that guy up. He's just too solid to the ground. Center of gravity is very low,
and he invites it.
He likes it. Yeah, he wants to
try
right?
posting me up.
And then what works for Kyle is Klay Thompson doesn't have many dribble moves. Isn't gonna attack off the dribble and create his own shot
player.
Very much, right? So he's catch and shoot. So it comes down to can a thicker, heavier, slower Kyle Lowry keep up with Klay Thompson off the ball to give him no space and prevent that catch and shoot opportunity. If he can, great, because then Danny Green slides on to Andre Iguodala. And I think, even though that length matchup's a problem, I think Green can do a solid job on Iguodala.
But the thing is, you could even switch that around. You can even have Lowry guard Iguodala a few plays.
But so if Lowry, which I was going to get to, if can't guard Thompson, he's having issues, put him in Iguodala. Iguodala trying to post him up, I think could actually be an issue. Iguodala's so strong. And that length.
He's getting up there in age.
He's even bigger than Klay Thompson. And his wingspan is ginormous. He's not torso. He's built arms.
So is Giannis. And the few plays that we had Larry guarding Giannis.
Giannis doesn't have as much
Be
experience
effective.
and cannot shoot. Iguodala will step out there and shoot. And if Larry gives him that second to pull up over him, it'll pose an issue. So, are the defensive matchups easier without Kevin Durant there? Yes. Are they easy by any means? Not a chance. There's still lots of issues. And the issue for me is the first game is going to be an experiment for Nick Nurse and the Raptors to see what works on the defensive end. But then all that could be thrown out if KD comes back game 2, 3, or 4. They've only said he's not playing game 1. Status for game 2, 3, 4 is still up there.
I feel like once he's out for game 1, he's going to be out for
things.
game 2 too. Because
I don't know, that's 2 days in
Toronto.
between. 2 days in between is huge, man. You learned that from Joel Embiid. You didn't believe me? What happened to Joel? 2 days off the first time he had it, came and dropped 35.
But where was he for the rest of the series?
Well, then it went back to 1 day breaks, and he was taking the toll on his knee, and then he got, he had the sickness. So,
too many excuses. If you're on the court, and you're ready to play, you feel good, the doctors cleared you. I don't want to hear it.
I
don't want to hear it.
I hate that outlook by you.
But ask
would you rather the guy sit on the bench and give no contribution?
Ask any player.
Would you rather?
If the player is out there to play.
No shit, the player's going to say that. But I'm saying from a constructive standpoint, from the view of outside, would you rather a player who's injured and trying to give it his all, maybe he's not as effective, would you rather him sit on the bench and have zero impact on the game? Would you rather that? If a guy's 80%, would you rather him sit on the bench or play, and he's your top 3 player?
If a guy's not feeling well enough to play, such as Kawhi wasn't when he was in his last year in San Antonio, he did not play at all.
Okay, that was regular season. That's a totally different
But that was the entire
argument.
regular season. That wasn't just like he didn't play that whole year.
But if he had got injured in the playoffs, like he did with Toronto now, he got injured in the playoffs. You didn't see this guy bitching out. He's going to play. Even though he's not 100%, he's going to give it what he takes.
I feel like his whole sickness thing, he overplayed because he, again, was playing like shit.
Most likely. Could that be the case? Sure. I don't think Joel Embiid is that all in there.
Because to me, him flying around, showboating and stuff, did not look sick to me. I'm sorry, if you get sick...
that game he wasn't sick. He was sick after that.
When he was sick before that, and then he wasn't sick one game, and then he's sick after that?
Dude, you're confused. He got sick for games 4 and 6, and game 3 he was flying.
But what about games 1 and 2?
1 and 2 was his knee.
Okay, man. Fuck.
I'm laying out the facts
from the book at this guy, please,
I'm laying out the facts. I don't know why you took me so deep into Philly here. All right. Who are you? What defensive lineup are you going with? If you're Nick Nurse.
If I'm Nick Nurse, I'm gonna do what he's done already in the Milwaukee series and what he kind of did in Philadelphia. You gotta make adjustments. You gotta keep giving new looks. You can't have the same guy guarding these players every single time. Because guys like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, they're so crafty that they'll figure out the defender and they'll pick at his weak points.
Yeah. What I'm thinking, if say Lowry does have any problems guarding Klay.
Yep.
Even Steph, put Curry on Steph, and then sorry, Larry on Steph. Yeah. You should have let that go. It would have been hilarious. The comments would have been flooded with chirps, right? So play Larry on Steph.
Yep.
Have Kawhi Leonard on Iguodala. That allows Kawhi and do a partial zone like you did against Giannis, right? And then it allows whether it's Marc Gasol, Kawhi Leonard, or what's that guy's name? Pascal Siakam.
Yep.
They can provide that help. But because Iguodala, you can tell in the first quarter whether his shots are dropping or they're not. So if his shots are not falling, you can ease off him and provide that help. Yeah. And then go to a partial zone, which worked against Milwaukee. But you got to be careful. You can't run that exact same zone because the Warriors are just way too quick and too fast, and they will expose you. Exactly. And I'm telling you, the Raptors don't use any off-ball screens. Just a side note here.
Yep.
The Warriors using that every play is going to give fits to this Raptors defense. Because they don't use it, they have no idea what's going on there. You want to give your prediction? Or should we get to a couple other factors?
Well, prediction for the whole series? Or for just game 1?
Well,
the whole series?
Let's hold off on that.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet is a suspect defender. Very small.
Very suspect.
And we know his offense has been coming on.
Yeah.
He was a big part of winning games 5 and 6. How playable is he this series? You gonna run him out there like everything's
You gotta run him out there
run him out there 18 minutes?
No. I feel like you gotta run him out there when Curry's off the court. You know? Have bench
Curry's gonna be playing over 40 minutes. So what?
But
VanVleet's gonna play 6 minutes?
The way that what's it called? Steph Curry plays. He's so quick, and he's so like once he starts throwing those threes up and banging them, he could extend the lead, like beyond being able to come back from.
Well,
So
he goes
having
on,
Van
he goes on
Fleet on him
4-minute
even
tears
for-
where he's unstoppable.
Having Van Fleet even on him for a few possessions could be very problematic for Raptors.
Yeah.
So if he is on the court while Curry's on the court, you can't have him on Curry. That's when maybe you can switch with other guys guarding him, giving him a new look.
I think you can play him on Curry because he's quick. He's quicker than Lowry, so it becomes the same thing. If you can somehow force the ball out of Steph's hands when Van Fleet's on him, I don't know if that's possible. Then the same thing when Lowry's chasing around Klay Thompson, trying to take all those catch and shoots and those open looks. He's got the speed, and you gotta be ready for when Steph's gonna pull up. But he for me is the toughest guard to guard, because
Easily.
even when you think he's about to pull up, he gives you that hesitation,
Yeah.
and you think he's about to pull up, and then he's right by you for an easy layup.
He's so automatic when he pulls up that you can't, like, there's no way that you can't bite
Yeah,
on him.
if he gives a hesitation, you're done. You're choking. And then Danny Green. He's going to be the starting lineup. You need him for defensive purposes. I think you can't just pull him out because he's not hitting shots, because we need his defense in this series. What do you think?
That's fact. Literally, that it's somewhat like what Gasol did in the previous series.
Yeah.
If he wasn't showing up offensively, you still gotta have him on the court to guard the opposite player. You know, such as you in the Philly series, you had to have him on to guard Embiid or guard these other guys.
Yeah.
You can't sit him just because he's not making the shots. Because who's gonna guard? Like, who's gonna step up for him? Van Fleet. Van Fleet's gonna come at the 2. That's not really like Klay Thompson can shoot right over him, no problem.
Yeah. I think Danny Green, I think his shots are going to start falling.
Yeah.
I have hope.
It's gotta happen.
I have
eventually,
an
man.
inkling in my heart. The thing is, even when Gasol was breaking in Game 5 and 6, even Fred, I could tell when it was going in. I was like, this ball's going in. Danny Green, a couple times, I'm like, it's money. Clank left, money. Clank left, clank left, clank left, clank. I will say this: if he starts missing the shots to the left again, this TV might not survive the series.
My issue with him, why I think he won't be hitting, why he might be even playing worse than he was, is because if he has Klay Thompson on him, Klay Thompson one of the best two-way players in the league, and that's gonna be a big issue.
Yes, the Raptors got to take a page out of the Warriors' book, and they got to get more movement going off the ball.
Exactly.
It cannot be Kawhi has it and just stand around and see what he's doing. All right, they do it a lot, especially in the fourth quarter when it looks like Kawhi's taking over. You got to keep moving, and that's one thing that Van Fleet does very well. And why do you think he's hitting those threes? Most of them, he was very wide open in Game 5 and 6, because as soon as Kawhi had the ball, he was running around the whole time, and I actually liked he was directing Lowry around. He was telling him where to cut and where to go, because they're trying to create each other open. And Lowry was the same thing with him. So you got to keep that open to give yourselves a chance to hit those shots. Warriors, do they need a solidified third guy? And do you think Draymond will be that guy?
So, aside from how impressive Curry was in that Portland series, I was insanely impressed by Draymond Green.
He was a beast.
Yeah.
I got one critique of his, but other than that, he was a beast.
But he finally went back to his old ways, you know? He scored at least 15 points in a game.
Yeah.
And he did everything else. Got the rebounds, got the steals, got the freaking assists, got the ball moving, opened up the
energy.
Yeah.
In that final Game 4, Draymond was the best, most important player on that court.
Hands down.
Up and down. So, would they need a third guy? I think they do. Because Raptors got 3 contributors on offense. Yeah. Right? Leonard, Lowry, and Siakam. And Draymond's going to be that. And he's going to give you over 15 points and his energy. And you know he's going to start talking smack. And he's going to start doing some BS.
He's going to start pissing you off, yeah.
So that goes back to the mental toughness of the Raptors and the preparation. You know that's coming. Are you going to get rattled by these guys? If you do, it's going to be a quick 4-0. See you later. If you don't, it could even be a Raptors win.
I'm telling you, they gotta take a page out of Cleveland's book of how they beat them. Yeah. Make it a physical game.
You should be watching that tape every day.
Yeah, make a bunch of scrambles. Larry is second in the league in loose balls recovered. You know, and and he's second also in charges drawn.
Yep.
So this is the kind of play that we need from guys like him, guys like Leonard, all of these guys. Make it a physical game. Slow the pace down if you can, and try holding Golden State to under 100 points, because that's shown They're not
See,
too
the pace thing,
successful without that.
I don't know if I totally agree with you. I know you want to slow them down because
Yeah.
when they get in transition, it's a problem. But Raptors are also a hefty team in transition. But between Siakam and Leonard, when they're running down the court, even Ibaka finishing on the fast breaks, and then even Lowry, that guy gets down and moves quick. When he heads downhill, it opens up a lot of things. But what you can't do for the Raptors, when you're going on a fast break, don't be pulling up stupid threes, Van Vliet and Kalo and Danny Green.
Don't force
Because
them, please.
on that three, on that fast break, it's going to be a long rebound. Warriors are going to grab it. You're not going to be set. They're going to head back in transition and put it down your throat. So if you're going on transition, fast break, you got to take it to the hole. You got to take it to that hoop. Unless
look for the foul.
unless it's a wide open shot and you know you're going to hit it, man, do not. Even just give that fake so they all come towards you and throw it to your guy cutting to the basket.
Again,
There is a way that the Raptors can have some quickness in this series to an effective standpoint.
But all these teams in the West, for some reason, their outlook was always, I can outshoot the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot.
That's how Houston was
That's
built.
the worst
And now,
strategy to have.
side note, Daryl Morey saying, I'm willing to trade every player in all picks.
Good. If it don't work, change it.
Yeah. All right.
It's broke.
Last
Fix
Golden
it.
State point from their perspective before we give our predictions. Boogie comes back. How much for Factor?
Terrible.
Oh,
If Boogie comes back.
Give me some reasoning why you say such atrocious things sometimes.
So, I'm just... Okay, so the only stats I really have, because Boogie only played one full game so far this postseason, and that was game 1 against Clippers. Game 2, he got injured. He only played about 8 minutes, I believe. It was under 10 for sure. And that was 21 minutes that he played in game 1. He was 4 for 12 from the field goal. He was 33%.
One game.
From the field goal. And from 3-point, again, 33%. And committed 6 turnovers.
Okay.
With him being on that court, that takes 12 shots away from both Klay and Steph. And those 12 shots mean a lot if you, again, slow the game down and keep the Warriors under 100. Because, again, if he takes those 12 and he's only hitting 4 of those 12, good for you, Boogie. Keep going. Feel your confidence. Keep thinking that you're an all-star on this team and thinking that you can take over. Please do. Because I don't want Curry or Klay Thompson to do that.
But Boogie's almost better without KD. Because with KD, they're a lot quicker team. Boogie can't keep up. All right? That's point 1. Number 2, since when does one game determine everything? I don't know why you're using that comparison.
But the thing is,
Number
you can't
3,
base it on anything else.
Let me finish.
You can't base it on anything else.
How about his regular season? When he's averaging 28 minutes in 30 games, put up 16.3 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 3.6 assists, and shot 48% from the field. What about that? The actual sample size you should be going off of. And
season is same as postseason.
He won't be starting. You can bet your money on that.
Okay.
But the role they're going to use him in is off the bench. They've gone so deep against Portland and the end of Houston, rolling 5 guys off the bench. Instead of playing Damian Jones and Kevon Looney so much, who are just energy guys, put Boogie in there, and he's going to do the same job those guys do, give you more of a scoring touch, and can actually spread the floor better.
You know how,
for Steph and Klay,
you know how tough it is to miss the entire postseason. This is a Boogie who's, how many times has been in the postseason?
Once?
Maybe? I don't even think he was.
New Orleans last year.
Okay.
Oh, he was injured.
He was injured. There you go. Never played in the postseason.
Yeah, not in Sacramento.
Misses the entire postseason, comes back for a finals in Toronto, and Toronto has home court advantage.
That's why he's going to be off the bench.
This is not gonna be the same Boogie that we've been used to seeing in the season.
For sure.
He's gonna tighten up.
I still think there's a place for him to be effective.
He's coming off a big injury, and it's not gonna be.
People are talking about he might throw off the team.
Huh?
I think Golden State is too good to let Boogie Cousin throw them off. Because if he's playing like garbage, Steve Kerr's not an idiot. He's a great coach. He's just gonna say you're not playing.
But my always biggest thing was, if there's anyone that can really fuck up the Golden State Warriors, which is so impossible to do, it's Boogie Cousins.
No, nobody can fuck up the Warriors.
He commits unnecessary fouls. He takes stupid shots.
But do you think Steve Kerr will let that happen? Who do you think Steve Kerr is? Dwayne Casey?
So then there you go. But my whole argument is having him on the court is not good for the Warriors.
But it's not a fact. It's not a fact Boogie will screw up the Warriors.
But it's a fact that Boogie commits stupid fouls, gets himself in constant foul trouble.
So does Kevin Durant and Draymond Green.
Technicals, not as much as fucking.
What did Draymond Green say? He said I was playing like a little bitch and it was disgusting. I had to stop playing that way. You know why? Because he watched my boiled over segment.
Let's hear him say it to Cousins when Cousins is acting like that. You know what Cousins is going to do? He's going to argue back and he's going to act like a drama queen like he always does. And that's just what I've seen.
Dude,
from
he's
this
in the
guy,
NBA Finals. Do
constantly.
you think he's still gonna act that way?
Yes, because he's never been there before, so he doesn't know how to act.
But he's surrounded by a lot of guys who have and can help him. Leadership. Do you think Siakam's been here before? No. But Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green have.
No one on the Raptors has been here before besides Kawhi.
Danny Green.
Okay, and
Kyle Lowry's played in Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, but not the finals. Not against a team.
A lot of guys in the NBA have not played in the finals who have come to the league in the last 10 years. If you're saying the only way to have experience and leadership in the NBA is to be to a finals, then nobody in the NBA besides, unless you played with LeBron James or Steph Curry, has any leadership in the NBA. That is a dumb take. Give your damn opinion on the series because I'm about done with that, what you just said.
Year after year, you see the same
Who do you
teams in
think
the
is winning
freaking
the
finals.
series? Get to the point.
I said, if KD does not play, I got Raptors in 7.
You can't say that because there's a good chance he is going to play.
But there's a good chance he won't because he's missing already game 1. He hasn't played this whole...
If this goes 5 games, he's coming by game 5. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Okay. Great.
Okay, so you think Raps in 7 if KD doesn't play?
Exactly.
If he comes back at any standpoint in this series?
It'll go 6 games at least.
And then what? Who's winning?
Goal again. I've said
Golden State.
You cannot form a team in the NBA to beat that fucking Golden State team.
All right.
And they've shown it because the year that LeBron won, he comes back next year and gets swept because that team is unstoppable.
Okay. Got your opinion. Finally got you to stop saying the Raps win no matter what. So I'm happy that at least got you.
I've held the point that if KD doesn't play, we have a chance. If he does play, there's not a single team in the NBA.
Here's what I foresee happening. Get out your notebooks. Go to the wagers tables, online betting. That's how it's going to play out. They'll split the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Golden State's going to take game 1. Raptors take game 2. Warriors take 3 and 4 in Oracle. Raptors win 5 on home court. Warriors finishing off game 6 in Oracle. Don't care if KD's back or not. That's what's happening.
Okay, so Jay's moving out of Toronto.
Dude, I hate how you say that whenever I give honest opinions. You're so blatantly blinded by your faith. You tell me I don't like the Raptors. They can see half of that number 10 black. That's DeMar DeRozan. I live and die with these guys. I've watched every single postseason game. I've gotten in trouble
we
at
figured
work.
it out. The saltiness from Jay comes because DeRozan was traded, bro.
Dude, I'm so happy Kawhi Leonard's balled out. Got us to the NBA
Leonard
Finals.
jersey up here?
Yeah, I ain't buying no jersey of Leonard unless he comes back. And I
Which,
ain't no waste
if
I'm
he
gonna
wins-
buy a fake jersey like you. Yeah, buddy. Oh,
Wait.
speaking of that, now that we'll move on a bit, but I forget what site, some Raptors fan TV on Instagram post this video. I wish you could find it. And this guy's got on a bunch of Raptors jerseys, right? He's trying to do like a time loop, saying Raptors back in the day, starting with Damon Stoudemire's jersey. Everybody's taking them off, like saying how far we've come. Andre Bargnani, who's that guy off? Arujo, whatever that terrible first round pick we had. Everybody's jerseys, at least half. So VC McGrady, at least half of them were 100% fake. Everybody's be posting this video. I'm like, dude, if you're doing that type of thing, you're trying to show you're a real Raptors fan, but you're fucking paying for $20 jerseys from China Express. Shut the hell up,
Bruh. Who's in
it looked stupid. So you know that jersey,
on a jersey?
You know that jersey our buddy Richard got from that China site?
Yeah.
And he thought it was OVO jersey, and he kept telling him, no,
Which
it's not
one?
OVO. And he got it, and it was like a black jersey, and it had yellow.
Oh,
You seen that one?
I don't know.
That guy had the same one. I'm like, show me where the Raptors have ever worn this jersey. I'm like, it looked like the OVO jersey online. You're so stupid. You thought it was OVO jersey, and you bought some damn black and yellow jersey. Maybe they use it in practice. I don't know. But if you're making that type of video, you got to show your actual real
I
fan.
know. Yeah, okay. If you're going to push to that extent,
Don't get me wrong.
you should
I
have a
got some
real
fake
jersey.
jerseys, but you never get a fake jersey of a team from your city. You just don't.
Okay. And
Saved
if you
you
want
from
to save
that
money,
mistake.
please get a fake jersey for your own city.
All right, moving on. You did predict the Bruins would take game 1 at home. You said
Yep.
game 2 as well. I thought St. Louis would take game 1.
both at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought St. Louis would take game 1 because of the 11-day layoff for the Bruins. You were right at the end. I was feeling good. 22, 25 minutes into the game, right? St. Louis goes up 1-0. Then to start the second, they scored with less than a minute and a half into the game. They've scored, I forget the exact number. They've scored now like 6 times in this postseason within the first minute and a half of a period.
That's
Nuts.
insane.
But still, they fizzle out.
Yep.
Bruins come on. You know what the shots were in the second period? I'm about to blow your mind.
Let's hear him.
18-3 in favor of Boston. St. Louis fell off a fucking cliff.
18-3. Well,
even rookie goalie in that. Give this guy some help.
you, if anyone, should know that the game ain't over until fucking last bell rings.
I know. 18-3 though. So I think St. Louis got a little high on themselves after the first. Right? You got to buckle down. This Boston team is so deep. One of the deepest teams we've seen make a run in a while. And that's why these guys are in the NBA. Sorry, NBA. We're talking so much NBA. NHL Stanley Cup Finals.
It's true.
St. Louis needs to start rolling all four lines a lot better. That's going to be tough. Because the clip we're about to show. All right? Why don't you roll the tape? Robert Thomas is out for game 2.
Okay,
One of their impact young forwards.
So just if you can't see what's going on, we're going to talk you through it.
And we'll add it clearer during the episode.
So
I'm sure you've seen if you watch any hockey.
You can see
Torrey Krug and David Perron going at it. Perron is bodying this guy's head. Rips his helmet off.
On top of the guy. The guy's on the floor. Taking his helmet off.
Alright, play goes down back the other way. This is the crappiest video you could have got at it. So you don't even see Torrey Krug coming. This is a garbage clip you got, man. I can't even believe what you did here. So Torrey Krug, after that, came flying down 160 feet down the ice from his net to inside the blue line. Only glided.
You could see the speed that comes in.
Gliding, right? Rips Robert Thomas's body in half.
Runs him right over.
Goes to him. Torrey Krug has no helmet on. Believe Thomas finished out the game. He's now ruled out, I believe, his upper body injury of game 2. And I can't believe there's no charging penalty, even though he glided in.
There's no play for the puck. It's so weird. He literally charged at him after all that. He didn't even put his helmet back on. This guy was literally just ready to kill.
He was hunting.
Which is why I don't understand why they don't call charging on that.
Well,
because it makes no sense.
Charging is a gray area, right? So, a charge may be the result of a check into the boards, into the goal frame, or in open ice. Shall mean the action of a player or goalkeeper who, as a result of distance traveled, shall violently check an opponent in any manner. A lot of people are saying it's not charging because he glided into him. That has nothing to do with it.
He didn't glide into him.
He did. He wasn't skating. If you replay, he's not skating at that point. His feet are gliding. But that has nothing to do.
10 strides from the other side.
That has nothing to do with the rule of charging. I'm trying to educate all you people who are couch commentators, analysts, coaches, thinking you know better than everybody. All right? Let me say it again. Charging shall mean the actions of a player or goalkeeper who, as a result of distance traveled, for him 160 feet, shall violently check an opponent in any manner. When you charge the length of the ice, and you're looking for the first Blues player who comes anywhere near the puck for me to demolish, that is the definition of a charge.
Okay.
Does not matter if you glide.
You can kind of see a little bit better now. There you go. So he's ref him up, takes his helmet off. Boom. He trips him. This is a scrap. This is not even hockey at this point.
Perron should have had a penalty, and then Krug should have been ejected from the game. 5-minute major for charging.
Here, perfect. You can see him charging towards him right off.
Skated the whole time.
Boom.
My opinion.
But the thing is, his reaction after, when he's like, screaming at them and shit, isn't that proof right there that he charged this guy violently?
So, this clip doesn't have it, but he had those pierced, googly eyes. Like Zach Cassidy and the Oilers had last year in the playoffs when he was running guys over. And Jordan Binnington, he went and tapped Binnington, skated by him. And Binnington said his pupils were so huge I couldn't see no white. And he's like, and he looked like he was on something. This guy was hunting for blood.
But would it have been, would they have called charging if he hit him instead of that Thomas guy?
If he hit Perron?
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Because then
if
that's
he hit Perron there or if he hit him.
But let's say Perron went over to the other side and he charged all the way to hit Perron, who didn't have
the puck.
Yeah,
well, that's interference.
I guess, but
at least Thomas was close to the puck. Thomas got the pass, missed the pass, and then got leveled. It wasn't interference. It was just charging in it. I think it should have been 5-minute major because usually you see charging when a guy just takes 7 steps. This guy skated the length of the ice. I think it should have been 5-minute major ejection. Something because I hate the Bruins. I'm just giving my opinion, honestly. And at the very minimum, it should have been 2 for charging. But I think the refs are maybe thinking, we didn't give Perron anything for manhandling Torrey Krug. So they let that slide. So It's stupid how the rule book gets thrown off the playoffs.
Yeah.
I get it in some sense, but when this stuff goes on, you're asking people to get hurt.
What was the result of this? This guy's out? This Thomas guy?
Thomas is out for game 2. They haven't said anything long term, but he's out game 2.
You see, that already right there should have been... They should have looked back at him like, oh, maybe we should give this guy something.
Yeah.
This guy's injured for the next game. Who
Yeah.
knows how he's going to look for the rest of the series, too.
Now, you called game
Bad.
2. Bruins already?
Yep. I got Bruins in 5.
It winning the series.
Hmm? Winning the series in 5.
Yeah, you're crazy. I don't know how game 2 is going to play out. I could see
Yeah.
either team winning it. But I think after game 4, it's going to be tied 2-2. One way or another. It'll be tied 2-all.
Well, only time will tell.
All right. Let's chuck past these NHL guys. Because, you know what? I think after game 2, we'll do a big dive into the series. We've neglected the hockey playoffs lately.
Yeah.
Just because
yeah.
they fell off so hard in the second and third rounds. And the NBA playoffs were just ballistic. And we know...
But also, we've been kind of spoiled by the NBA. And
Yeah.
the opposite happened
and
in the
let's
NHL.
be real. If you're watching this, you stopped watching the NHL playoffs too, unless you're a Bruins or Blues fan.
Exactly.
Maybe the Sharks last round.
If you're in Toronto, your full focus has been on the Raptors because for first time in history, we have made it
Yeah.
to an NBA Finals.
All right. There's been some big news for the Edmonton Oilers. They brought in Ken Holland as a general manager.
Yep.
And now they have a veteran head coach, Dave Tippett. Last coached Arizona, I believe. I don't think he's done anything since then. I do like the hire, veteran guy. But man, people when they get hired in the interviews, I know you can't say what you really think, but stop blowing smoke in our faces, man. It's because people just talk about McDavid and Drysdale, Nugent Hopkins. There's more guys here. No, there is not more guys on your team. It's a tire fire organization.
I know, but what,
That is my waste man of the day, Dave. I know you can't be it, but do you think your fans are buying your bullshit? Who do you have beyond those 3 guys?
he's not just talking for the fans though. He's talking because the team's gonna hear this too.
Yeah.
So you
But
can't.
realistically, you have Darnell Nurse on defense.
Yeah.
Clefbaum. If this guy can even get them in contention within the sniff of the playoffs with Mikko Koskinen as their starting goalie, which the dumbest signing Chiarelli could have done before he got fired. There's a reason he got fired right after that. I will be shocked. I will get a effing Oilers tattoo if Mikko Koskinen is their starting goalie and they make the playoffs.
Really?
Because it's not going to happen.
Okay.
If they make the playoffs, you mark it down. I said on this day. If he's their starting goalie, they cannot make the playoffs. They'll end up trading him if they make the playoffs.
Well, one of
Or he'll get injured.
our buddies is gonna be really happy if you get that tattoo.
He stopped watching the Oilers. Fake fan. Stopped watching hockey. Boris Beck calling you out, buddy. From Edmonton, moved here.
One of our only viewers now. You're making us lose viewers now. You see?
I don't care about him.
Bad for
He'll
business.
watch it anyways. Moved here from Alberta and he's just given up. He's been up and down on the Oilers and lost faith. That's what the Oilers organization is putting people through. All right. We'll see what they do.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend too much time on that because they just get me fired up. Phil Kessel, to continue on hockey. Penguins have got a lot of salary cap issues.
Yeah.
They know they have to retool this team. They've fallen off, got swept in the first round. They want to try and get 1 or 2 more cups or at least deep playoff rounds out of Crosby and Malkin before they retire, right?
Mm.
Phil Kessel on the trading block, he's got a partial no trade clause. So he's got, I think, 8 to 10 teams that he can submit a list to of who he would accept a trade to. Minnesota was not on that list. And apparently there was a trade agreed upon between the Penguins and Minnesota Wild. Kessel says, nah. I don't think they're going to contend. I'm not going to Minnesota, boy.
Isn't that...
And that's a guy who went to college. He played NCAA at the University of Minnesota.
Yeah.
So obviously he likes the area, familiar with it.
I can understand from the team standpoint, but if you're Phil Kessel, how do you feel right now playing for fucking... Like, let's say he doesn't get traded.
Yeah.
Are you really going to want to give it your all, risk your health, all this for a team that's trying to get rid of you? And you have to use your no-trade clause.
It's not the first time it's happened.
You're right. I know, but like it's...
I'll give you a good
I feel like
comparison after.
your whole mindset with the team just changes after that. Because it's kind of like these guys are trying to get rid of me. They think that I'm holding them back from something.
Yeah. So, I think for Phil, you just focus on your job and the guys in the dressing room. You're not fighting every day for the general manager or the owner or any of those guys. You're fighting for your head coach and the guys sitting beside you on that bench, fighting alongside you on the ice. All right, so I don't think that really impacts him if he's in the locker room.
It does,
if
though,
anything,
in a way, though.
If
I feel
anything,
like
he'll want to prove Jim Rutherford wrong. And Phil Kessel is the quietest, most consistent All-Star in the league. Every year, You forget about him, and he goes and puts up 70 to 80 points. Last season gets 82 points. Like, I think there's only 9 guys who had more points than him in the league.
So then why is he the guy that the Penguins are attacking?
You're not going to move Kessler and you're not going to move Malkin.
But they don't feel that they can win with
Crosby. Him? You have to fill out the depth of that lineup. Their depth has fallen off, but they don't even have wingers for the top 2 lines besides Jake Gensel. Right? So you got to find some wingers. You got to find some depth to add in that 3rd and 4th line. If you can shed his, I think, the Leafs are paying 1.5. Yeah. So they're on the hook for, I think, 7 or 6.5. You can shed that. You can bring in 2 or 3 players with that amount of money. Does make sense from that standpoint. For me, though, I'm moving Chris Letang out. Guy's making too much money for a defenseman. He's making over $7 million, who's barely in the lineup the last 2 years. When he plays, he's phenomenal, but he's always injured.
It's convenient for him, though. $7 million to really just relax.
For me, DeMar DeRozan went through that. Before we got traded, the summer before, there's rumors that Masai Ujiri was talking to Minnesota about a Wiggins-DeRozan deal and also a deal with OKC.
That would have been a stupid trade. Wiggins for DeRozan.
I don't know what the hell the deal was with OKC, but DeRozan heard that he was trying to move him, and it was widely out there. Everybody was talking about it. Masai Ujiri wanted to trade DeMar DeRozan. Didn't find the right deal, but kept him. DeRozan, do you think he gave up last year played with us? No, he tried his hardest.
He did, because, again, he has such a strong relationship with the coach and the team.
Yeah.
But, didn't the GM also go up to him and tell him, we're not trading you, and then trade him?
No, so that was the year after.
So there wasn't, no, but I'm saying, but there was an issue a relationship between them. So that he had to go up to him and tell him, we're not going to get rid of you.
He didn't have the relationship with Ujiri. It was already done at that point.
Yeah.
But he still put his best foot forward and worked hard every day for those guys beside him and his love of the game. Right? All right. I'm sorry, basketball. A little back to that. We all know Drake been acting a fool, right?
Yep.
I love his foolishness.
I don't see acting a fool, acting a fan.
Yeah. He is our spirit animal. If you and me were there, that's what I'd be doing.
Oh, 100%.
I like that Steph Curry has said, man, he's having fun and I love fun. So I love seeing that because he enjoys basketball and we all enjoy basketball. He goes, it makes the building louder and better atmosphere.
And he's staying within the rules, he's not doing
That's what he said in that after game 5, right? He said, we're all within the rules.
It's true, though.
Right? So, shouts to Steph. He's coming home, partial home. He lived here for a few years while his dad Dal was playing for the Raptors. Yep. Went to school in Toronto. Met his wife, Ayesha Curry, in the 6. She's from the 6. Then some stupid reporter asked him, they're like, so when you and Ayesha come back here, do you guys become Canadian? And he's like, what? In what sense? He's like, that we go to hockey games, eat maple syrup, and say A?
What?
Because that's a dumb question, right?
Oh, my God.
So he's like, the only thing I'd say is when we come back home, Ayesha gets a fat Canadian accent comes back out of nowhere. He's like, I don't even know what happened.
Is it a Canadian accent or is it a Toronto accent?
Probably Toronto mans, bro.
Yo, she's looking for some mans too, bro.
Talking bare-ish,
You heard her fucking wanting attention from men, right? So.
But he goes, I have no idea where it comes from, but her Canadian accent comes back hard. He goes, that's about the only thing. And then somebody says, oh, do you have fries with that stuff on it? And he goes, poutine? And he goes, no, I don't eat poutine. It's not healthy for an NBA player.
Oh, shit.
Some reporters, Americans, man.
Especially when you're the best player, one of the best players in the league. Yeah. If you're eating poutine, give up.
All right. Do you see anything coming of David Griffin meeting with Anthony Davis in terms of changing Anthony Davis's mind to stay in New Orleans?
I feel like that interview's going to go the other way. I feel like that whole meeting is AD telling him where he wants to go. I know.
But AD's
got
no
know
control.
That they got the first round pick, all this, and I mean not first round, the number 1 pick, stuff like that. I don't think AD's mind is changed at all about staying in New Orleans. I feel like he's just fed up with them. He just does not want to live in the city anymore. He does not want to play for the organization anymore. And he does not want to be on a team that's rebuilding and trying to make their way up. He wants to be on the top tier team because he feels he should be playing
for meaningful games
in May. Yeah, he should be playing May and June. So not be sitting and watching.
It's the exact opposite of Phil Kessler, right? This is the player asked for it. So I think as a player when you ask for a trade, and that fan base is giving up on you and all that, there's too much going on to now say, oh, now I like you guys again. I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, exactly.
For another year. Where Phil Kessler, he was going to try to get pushed out. Where if he gets to stay, he's probably going to be happy about it.
And every time that they struggle or anything happens, they're always gonna blame AD's commitment to the team. So like, do you really want to stay in that situation?
I think you're pretty right about how that meeting's gonna go. He's gonna tell him where he wants to go.
Yeah.
And even though he's got no control, he does have some control because teams will pay more if he says, "Hey, if you trade me to the Lakers or Knicks, I'll be signed there." So you're gonna get a lot more out of those teams. Where if he doesn't want to go to Boston, Boston's not gonna give you as much if they don't think he's gonna re-sign.
Yeah.
But I think Boston's totally out of it because Kyrie's leaving, so it makes no sense to trade
he
for
wants
AD.
to go to LA, and LA only.
Yeah.
Have you seen those barbershop talks with LeBron James and stuff?
Yeah, most
I
of
had
them.
no idea that AD was in them too.
Yeah, he's in one episode.
Yeah, well, now I know why this whole relationship's being built.
What do you mean? LeBron's best friend, Rich Paul, is AD's agent. Have you been under a fucking rock?
I guess so. Honestly didn't even know
Oh
where
my
this all came
god. I don't even have enough time to explain everything to you now. Do you know why the
Fuck
Lakers...
it.
So,
AD's in Lakers next year.
do you know why the Pelicans are so pissed at the Lakers? Because they thought tampering was going on. LeBron's
is
buddy,
going on.
who's his agent, LeBron was talking to AD saying ask for a trade and come to the Lakers.
No, but
That's why everything started.
you know when
Holy
he was
shit,
naming
where
all
you
the
been?
players that he wants to wants to play with, when he said AD is not tampering,
That's not tampering.
even though AD is asking for a trade to Lakers.
No, the trade ask happened later.
Okay, but then that's where the investigation goes, bro. Once he asked for the trade, you're like, wait, why is this guy all of a sudden asked for a trade? Wait, let me look back. Oh shit, him and LeBron are good friends, and LeBron says he wants to play with him.
Yeah, but
Wait, what?
do you think he was lying when he said, I want to play with Luka Doncic, I want to play with Steph Curry, I want to play with James Harden? Everybody wants to play with the best players and
He
win.
knows that none of those were an option except for AD. He knows he's not going to be playing with Steph Curry ever. He's not going to be playing with Luka Doncic. He's going to be playing with Anthony
He
Davis.
might be playing with CP3. Trust me on that. Daryl Morey says everybody's in play.
Does he
All
want
picks
to,
are in
though?
play. CP3's his boy. CP3 was at his house for Memorial Day smoking cigars with him.
Smoke blunts with him?
Cigars. Athletes.
I'm sure they sprinkled a little bit in. Oh, a cigar is so much better for your health than a fucking blunt.
All right. I
Get
just
outta
want
here,
to
bro.
touch quickly before we end off with some boxing and MMA.
Yep.
So if you don't like boxing
Sorry.
and MMA, you can check out in a second.
I'm going to cut you off quickly just to get back at the Drake point because I didn't have this video up. Everyone in the NBA, if you're a coach or a player, take a page out of fucking Steph Curry's book. Who gives a fuck what the fucking fan says or does on the court? He's not playing. This guy said, oh, great. I love Drake's a great fan. You know, like he keeps the games exciting, whatever. Good. That's exactly what I want to hear. Everyone, not fucking, what's that coach's name?
Mike Budenholzer.
Fucking, oh, he's a distraction. He has no place to be doing this. No, bro, he's not. You're not playing him. You're not prepping the team strategy. What are you gonna do with Drake? Like, you know that. God,
I agree.
It pisses me off, bro.
You had to get that out. I got it out earlier.
had to get in their heads like that.
All right.
Okay.
The quick before we get to the boxing MMA is Larry was talking about DeMar DeRozan and said he's been texting with him almost every day. DeRozan's really happy for him. He's been talking to all the guys he got a relationship with. And I like that DeRozan's happy for them, but do you think he's really happy for them? It's like KD when he's out. Does he really want the Warriors to win? Do you think DeRozan is really happy for him? I know Larry's his best fan, wants him to do well, but
I feel
dude,
like,
they traded you away for a better player, and now they're in the finals, and you never got him there.
but it's been known that he's a better player. Everyone knows Kawhi Leonard's better than
but do you think DeRozan wants to admit? Oh, no, you're a fighter. You're a competitor.
But when you get sunned by LeBron James for fucking
But
year
LeBron
after
James.
year,
Kawhi could have got sunned by LeBron James if he was in the East too.
never. Kawhi will never succumb to having someone else be the better guy than him or fucking sun him. Are you kidding me?
So if he loses, doesn't that mean that Steph Curry was better than him?
But he's okay.
Huh?
Huh? No, but I'm saying okay. Losing's a different part. When you're fucking getting swept and you're the number one team in the East, by the I don't even know.
Yeah, the reason they got
where
swept
did-
is because Dwayne Casey's a stupid ass coach. But I'm not getting
and
into that whole
LeBron
thing
was
right
in
now.
all of their heads. They called it fucking LeBronto for fuck's sakes, man. LeBronto.
That stupid
They
internet
changed-
trolls like you.
Like
Dwayne Casey single-handedly lost them game 3 last year.
Okay.
I'm not getting, but that's why they were swept.
Yep.
Because your coach lost you game 3. But let's move on. Tell me what the hell's happening Saturday with this damn boxing fight. Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller was supposed to fight. This
Yeah.
guy got hit up for the most
Every
PEDs the most
fucking
PEDs
steroid
you could
on the
possibly have in your
market, bro.
system. Got caught for 1 PED. Said, no, I didn't take it. Give me a second test. Got caught for like 3 more PEDs. Idiot of the day. He's actually waste man of the day.
He's waste man of the year, bro. He got his biggest chance, and this guy asked him to test him again, just so they can find every fucking drug that this guy's been taking. And now he's banned from fighting in his hometown of New York. Like, are you
State of New York.
Sorry, state of New York. Like, are you stupid, man? Regardless, fuck him. This replacement that they got, Andy Ruiz, a lot of people are writing them off, especially because how the guy looks. The guy's fat and short.
I'm taking Anthony
Give it
Joshua.
to you straight up.
UK
There's
is
no
my guy.
fucking muscle on him. However, he's insanely quick, and he does so much better fighting tall fighters.
Okay.
I'm telling you, once they made matchups with Deontay Wilder fighting that Brazil guy, and they had Joshua fighting this guy.
Is that the same night, same event?
No.
Oh.
Deontay already knocked him out. I said out of those 2 fights, if there is an upset, it's coming in this fight, because Andy Ruiz is
So
not.
are you picking the upset though?
Huh? If I were to put my money on it, no way in hell, because I know Joshua knows how tough a fight this is gonna be. If Joshua treated this fight like the fans are treating this fight, he's losing this
I think
fight.
Joshua not taking that light,
But
bro.
Joshua
That guy's got a strong
says
head
he
mentality.
knows how tough Andy Ruiz is, and he knows how quick he is, and how strong he is.
Hey, the fatter, the harder to knock a guy out.
Exactly.
The fatter, the harder to knock a guy out.
Bro, when you're
got a
tall,
tough
you're
chin.
punching downward, and when you're punching downward, you leave your whole face open for an overhand or any counter.
Who's taller?
Joshua, way taller. Andy Ruiz is shorter.
You're saying
than
when
me.
he's punching downwards, he's leaving himself open?
Yeah, well, that's just when you're fighting a shorter guy.
Yeah.
If you're anywhere close to them in range, because you're always throwing down because they're shorter.
Yeah.
You're
And now what
wide
what
open for an
division
overhand or
are they
something.
fighting the belt for?
Heavyweight.
Heavyweight. So it's like what, three, 4 titles on the line?
From what I know, I think it's all the titles. It's the WBO, WBA, and the IBF.
Damn, boxing. I'll never understand how boxing
I don't either, man.
titles and shit work.
I'm in it, and I don't understand it.
All right, before we end off, Uriah Faber. I didn't know this guy was retired. He still looks like he's like 28 years old.
Yeah.
Why is he coming back out of retirement? Does he have a fight lined up, or he's just saying he's ready to go?
He
guy.
says his body feels right. You know, he feels strong. He feels like he can go back out there and compete. And for some reason, I can't even find. Let me find this guy's name. This guy's a stud too that he's fighting. He's a young
already
stud.
announced the fight.
They found him a fighter.
How do you not come prepped with that before the show? My God.
I heard it
He's
yesterday.
the MMA guy, and you're not even ready. Yet.
This
what
guy, I'm
division
telling you,
Is
he's
Faber fighting in the same division as he was pre-retirement?
Yeah.
And what division was that?
This will be in the bantamweight division. This is a
And-
3-rounder
and
against
what
Ricky
weight?
Simon,
Ricky Simon. Never heard of this fool.
who's 15-1 in MMA, 3-0 in the UFC. Again, I don't understand it. If you're gonna come back, you just retired, you were a Hall of Famer. Why are you coming back and fighting these young guys? This is literally the perfect chance for this young guy to get a big payday, come back, knock you out, now make a wonderful career for himself, and your career is just gonna go down to the gutters.
Who's that big guy? Came back and then fought. He was up for like 2 years, then fought Ngaku or whatever the other guy's name is.
Oh, Cain Velasquez. Yeah, he fought
same
Ngannou.
dumb shit.
But Ngannou
dumb
was a big.
shit.
But Ngannou was like a. If he beat Ngannou, he's getting a title shot.
Yeah, but why are you going for that big of a fight? You haven't fought in 2 years.
Again, and what happened in that fight? He thinks that he blew out his knee. Replay show he got caught with an uppercut, and after he got knocked out, he blew out his knee.
Yeah. Right.
Like that's
These
not
guys
the
are
route
biting
to
off
go.
more than they can chew.
It's
But still, I like Uriah Faber. I've always been a fan of his. I'm taking him to win July 13th, UFC 155 in Sacramento. Put your money on it.
okay.
You're probably gonna take
I got
Ricky Simon. 20 bones.
knocking him out in the first
20
round.
bones. Taking money from a little baby, buddy. You've won one bet against me in our
Let's go.
whole lives.
I know the
One
biggest
bet.
one
Was the biggest, but my total accumulation,
with my Carolina motherfucking Panthers
my total accumulation over the years
outplaying
has
the New York
passed.
Giants in a season, as
But
it
would
will
you
happen
disagree?
every
My
year.
total accumulation of the bets I've won against you is probably about equal to what you won in that bet.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah, but now I'm at even.
Buddy, my brain is better than yours. Alright. And with that
Alright.
being said, that's Addis Kucukovic.
Yes, sir.
I'm Jay Boyal. Thanks for watching In The Mix. And we'll be back
Hopefully
probably
we
after
could do a
game
post
two.
game Sunday. I'm thinking.
after game 2, post game. You heard it. We'll be here or B Square. Tune in. It'll be up
You don't want to
Monday
miss
morning. Peace.